Hey guys, this is Fiend Tech here, and today we have a review of the Logitech MX Performance Mouse. Now, I am super happy to have been able to test this mouse out because it is arguably one of the best quality mouses on the market. So a lot of YouTubers, famous tech reviewers, people like that have been giving this mouse amazing reviews, and to be honest, I don't think I've heard a bad review of it, and I just need to tell you now, I am following in that trend. I do think this mouse is brilliant. So here we go into the full review. So first of all, I will start out with the bad points. Now, the first and main bad point is the price. Now, I managed to pick this up on a half price deal, so it wasn't so bad, but it's usually about £80 or $100, which is a lot more expensive than other mouses, though I do think that it is worth it. So the next bad point, and this is only a tiny bad point, is most mice, when you press down on the scroll button, it's kind of used as a button, and you have that on this mouse as well. You can push down, and you can kind of customize that button to whatever you want. Now, over my testing, I have found this button that is not very responsive, and also you don't really get much feedback, so you don't actually know if it has been pressed properly. That is the only button on the mouse I have had problems with, and even then they are very slight problems. So that is it for the downsides of this mouse. I honestly cannot think of any more. So let's get on to the good points. So the first one is one of the most famous parts of this mouse, which is its tracking capabilities. Now, on the bottom it has a special dark field laser, and around the edge it also has some extra tracking devices that help it track on any surface. And their slogan is "It even tracks on glass." So I tested this thing out using my iPad as a mouse mat, and I can assure you it worked perfectly. I am unbelievably happy with it. It was just as responsive as it was on a mouse mat, and that is very responsive. So I'm extremely happy with that. The second point is the buttons. There are 7 buttons in total, and that is brilliant for a mouse, and I think that's a perfect number. I use them all pretty regularly, and with the set point software that I have to point out is extremely easy to use. You can program them to whatever you want. So I'll just run through the buttons. So here we have right click and left click. Then you, of course, as I said earlier, you can push down on the scroll wheel. You then have your up button, your down button, your zoom button, and your handy little minimize button, which is placed under the thumb. Now, none of these buttons get in the way, but they are all extremely easily accessible and brilliantly placed. So again, I'm very happy with that. Another upside is the scroll wheel. Now, as you can see here, when I just flick the scroll wheel up, you can hear little kind of clicks as it sets into place, and stops pretty soon after my finger leaves it. Now, if I press this button behind it, it enables the infinite scroll, and that means when I flick it, it continuously scrolls and doesn't stop as soon. This is very handy if you're at the bottom of a long document and you want to quickly get to the top, as you just need to do one flick and you'll be at the top in no time. Another brilliant feature of this mouse is the ability of the scroll wheel, not just the quality of it. Now, you may see here that it has 2 arrows on either side. Now, this is pointing out that this mouse is enabled with sideways scrolling. So if I push the wheel from side to side, it will actually scroll from side to side on your web page, which is an extremely handy feature. So that is extremely handy. I also love the ergonomics of this mouse. It fits brilliantly in the hand. As you can see here, there is a large slot for my thumb. And if I turn the mouse around, there's also a little bump that goes between my 2 fingers. Now, this mouse is pretty much brilliant with all sizes of hands and fits perfectly in my hand and just feels natural. I also love the looks of this mouse. It's kind of extremely aerodynamic and a brilliant design. The unifying receiver that comes with this mouse to allow it to connect wirelessly through Bluetooth is absolutely tiny. You barely notice it on the side of your computer, and that's another brilliant point. This mouse is wireless, though of course you will need to charge it unless you're willing to constantly replace the batteries. I've found that the battery life on this mouse is pretty good, and also the charge is fairly fast. It charges via micro USB, which is included. You can charge it either through your computer or through the wall. Through the wall is obviously a lot faster, and you can use it while it's charging. Now, with this mouse, you're also supplied with a small carry case for your cables, the charging cable, and this little handy cable here. Now, what this is, it's a USB extender, and it means that if you have a desktop computer where your main computer system and all your ports are below the desk, then you'll have a lot of stuff in the way that may block the signals between the receiver, which is of course USB, and the mouse. Now, what this allows you to do is plug it into your USB and bring it up the back of your desk so that you can bring the USB unifying receiver closer to the mouse and get better reception, and I think that is another brilliant idea. So overall, this mouse has worked brilliantly for me. It's unbelievably responsive and simple to set up. As soon as I plugged it into my computer, I had to do no configuration. It worked perfectly. I'm extremely happy with this product. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and of course don't forget to share. Thanks for watching. See you.